Hi, I'm here to, I'm talking about a really great show that has been on the air for a long time. Yes, Doctor Who. And just recently, of course, there's been a complete change of Doctor. Yes, it's played by a woman now. And it has been for the past two series. When I found out about this a couple of years back, I wasn't too thrilled. I just thought, well, what the hell's going on now? You know, is this where we're really at now? You know, making everything a woman? You know, I mean, is this really where we're at? But due to certain circumstances and having also seen the opening for the Jodie Whittaker one, it made me have a rethink. Now the thing is, of course, her series was 11 and it will be to 13, which will be the last one, which of course has not been done yet because of this situation, obviously. So that's been obviously put on hold. But yes, I did object to it to begin with. But I'm not much of a fan of Matt Smith, and I'm not a fan of Peter Capaldi. I don't like either of them. That's just me. I just don't like them. Right. When Doctor Who was revamped back in 2005, it was after a not too great TV film which had been on in 1999, 2000, whenever. And back then I couldn't watch it properly because I was in a new evening job, so I wasn't able to watch it properly. Although I admired it greatly for its comeback, greatest TV comeback in British TV history, which was great because Doctor Who up until the late 80s was a joke. You know, went downhill badly and that was it. You know, it was axed. But it came back remarkably, and they did their homework. The production values were great, and the 2005 Doctor Who came back, and it was back. The first episode, the premiere episode, Rose, was a huge hit. And after that, apparently, which I've just read online, a second series was even commissioned soon after that, so it was back. But then I couldn't watch it. I thought I'd grown out of it. That was the main thing. I did see a few episodes. I was able to see a few of them, regardless of my evening shift. And that was fine. So I did look and I thought, yeah, okay, Doctor Who is great, that's brilliant, good for you, but I think I've grown out of it. Roll on to all this time later, because of this again, this situation, I thought, well, why not give it another chance? So I did. And I loved the first series. Yeah, I thought the first series with Christopher Eccleston, which I did get. I have it. I thought it was brilliant. I absolutely loved nearly all the episodes. There was a few outstanding ones. Father's Day brought me to tears. I thought it was really moving. Great episode. And the production value as well. It was just incredible. You know, Doctor would come a long way. And I think Chris Eccleston deserves a lot of credit for kick-starting the whole revamp. You know, whether you like him or not, you know, if you like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't. I did, thankfully. But then there was, David Tennant took over after that, and but I think, yeah, it was, it looked pretty good. So I did get series 2, but I didn't think it was as good as series 1. Now, there's been many incarnations after that, of course. After David Tennant, there was Matt Smith, who again I don't like. Then after that, it was I just don't. And after that, it was Peter Capaldi, who I also am not a fan of. Don't like him. I don't care if the stories are good, fine. I'm just not a fan of them, and I don't think I would get them. Which brings me, of course, back to the new incarnation after Peter, the first woman to play it, Jodie Whittaker. And at first, yes, thought, are you joking? But then I'm thinking, well, I don't like the other two before her. And then I took a look at the opening for the Jodie Whittaker one, and I was flabbergasted. It's an amazing opening. The theme, yeah, the music has gone back to the themes of old, but it's also mixed in with the new, and it's an incredible. I think it's actually one of the best, possibly the greatest modern theme that they've had. I'm not even too keen on the openings with Chris Eccleston's and David Tennant's, frankly. I don't think the openings are great. The stories are great. The stories are really good, for the most part. But the openings, could be better. With Jodie's, the opening is like, wow. So I saw that and I thought, wait a minute, maybe I could give this. If the stories are good, I wanted them to be good because I thought, you know, with an opening like this, I really have to give this a chance, right? And so I did. I got the film, the 11th series. Unfortunately, the UK edition is a fold-out pack. I don't like them, so I was forced to get the US edition, which costed me double the price. It was 30 frigging quid. But it's a flip over. It's a flip plastic flip case. And I did get it. And it's much better. And I looked at all the episodes and I was pleasantly surprised. It's still really good. There's a lot of flack come her way, their way. You know, many because can't write Doctor Who, Christian can't write Doctor Who. You know, it's just no damn good. Well, I wanted to be my own judge. I wanted to look at it for myself, and I am so glad I did. It's a really decent series, and I actually think it's better than series 2. I personally think so. The outstanding episode for me is Rosa, which taught me something. All about the end of segregation back then in 1955 Alabama, where it was set. And Rosa Parks was real, based on someone real, and I found out online that she's still alive. Good for her. Brilliant episode, loved it. And there's another episode later on in the series. There are no multi-parters in series 11. Didn't notice that, but I suppose changing it from guy to a woman, I suppose they had to be careful, and it was basically experimental, really, wasn't it? So I suppose they didn't want to put any multi-parters in, just all standalones. And along came one of the last episodes. There's another one in there called Ratnings in the UK, which why couldn't it have been Rats? But it was a good episode. I just wanted it to be, and it was actually really decent. And I looked away a lot of the time. But I'm not sure if I can watch it again. Just have to wait and see. Don't know about that one, but there's another one later on called, I think it's Kablam or something. Is it Kablam? Just a sec. Yeah, Kablam. It's in a warehouse. Yeah, really unusual story. It's really decent. But the thing that got me about it was there's also something that happens near the end which I wasn't too much of a fan. I didn't like it, but I won't give away any plot or anything. But at least it ends okay. But something just happens. It was which I but at least it got under my skin. That's for sure. And it was a gripping episode. But the thing about it that really got me was there's these robots in the episode. Really eerie looking robot. They're like robot workers with glowing eyes. They are as eerie as hell, but they reminded me of something from long ago in Doctor Who. You've got your Daleks, you've got your Cybermen, all famous monsters. But why does no one ever talk about the robots of death? I always found them the most memorable and creepiest monsters in Doctor Who. They only ever did one story. The robots of death. It was the Tom Baker era. They only ever did one story. The robots of death, and that was it. They were gone. And I never got that. I found them to be such eerie monsters. I mean, yeah, Daleks and Cybermen, threatening, intimidating, all the rest of it. But I just thought the Robots of Death were more memorable. They creeped me out when I was a kid, and I never forgot them. But no one ever speaks about them. No Doctor Who fans ever talk. They're not even mentioned on the media or anything. And I just don't get that. But then this episode comes along, and it was a lovely reminder. I thought, that's like the Robots of Death. And it was a glorious reminder. It was like an echo back to those great monsters, which I thought were some of the best. And I thought that was brilliant. So that was another cracking episode. There aren't many. I don't think there's actually a poor episode in it, apart from one which I don't have much interest in. That's only because of the Asian history. There's one in there called Demons of the Punjab, but I don't have much of an interest in that kind of history, so it didn't really interest me a lot. But it was a decent episode. But it's a really good series. And Series 12 I've ordered as well. And I actually hope for Series 13, which will be, of course, Jodie's last one. So I say to the producers, well done for taking a chance, because it was a big risk doing this, obviously, putting a woman into the part. And not many were going to like it. A lot of abuse has come their way, a lot of abuse has come her way, but I've actually turned into a supporter. As far as I'm concerned, if they were good stories, if it was a decent show still, fine. And it is. I've seen it right through, and I like it. And I'm also relieved that it's actually very good. But boy, what an opening. But yeah, Doctor Who is now nearly 60 years old. Astonishing, isn't it? But it's always adapted and always changed. And I still think it's got some years left in it. So I say well done to the crew. Well done to those who are still keeping it fresh and good. And the chemistry between the cast is really good as well. Got some great characters who are her companions. So yeah, it's I'm really glad I took a look at it. I'm really glad I gave it a chance. So here's to the next 60 years for the Doctor. May she carry on for close to an eternity. Cheers. Bye. Thanks.